All right, guys. Mics will be muted. We're going to start the program. Hang tight.
Yeah.
First sight like love Jones, many zones, baby lover, yo, hate it all. From prissy women to women that's overshadowed, but you know the ruby, living it up, ain't got all of y'all giving it up. I like little ooh, baby, how cute are you? With a body that rides on sexual, I got a stick, I'll ride right next to you, doing donuts and cuts, then I open it up on the freeway, hand on the wheel, foot on the clutch, rule, baby, not giving it up. I do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do, and all my ladies that be giving it up. What you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do? And all my ladies that be giving it up.
You're on the Virtual Entertainment Programming Network, TVEPN.com. Coming to you live from TVEPN Studios, The Slam Show. And now, your host, Slam.
Homer, do that again with your hand. There you go. Oh, snaps.
I could go more.
I wonder how the ladies feel about that.
What? There you go. There
You deserve a standing ovulation for that.
Standing ovulation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Slam Show for November 10th, 2014. I'm the conductor of this train that we call The Slam Show every Monday night. And without further ado, I'll go ahead and have my co-hosting staff, starting from this end, introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm the lovely lady Sage.
Cindy here.
Lena Rowe.
Joe Corzo from Joe Time Entertainment. Hello.
Awesome, awesome, guys. And our special guest in the house.
Hello. Oh, Homer. Homer Castillo.
I'm a Desciple Peripheral Visionary.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for everyone in the house. And we also have our studio audience guest, Bo Campbell, checking out the show from
Bo.
off screen. We're going to actually have him on the program later on, probably within the next few months for sure, because he has a lot of projects that he wants to talk about, and we're excited to hear that from him. So, guys, how's everyone feeling tonight?
Great.
Awesome.
Great. Amazing.
Lost but ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And I know Sage is extra happy because she's in a very fitted mood.
I'm waist training. For those of you that don't know that, don't worry about it.
Waist training.
Beauty is pain.
I thought you said straining. Is that what you said?
Is that
Waist
dated
training.
back
Oh,
from
they
the
said
Victorian
waist
age?
straining.
Correct.
Ah,
So-
yeah.
So I don't have to suck it in. I'm just sitting here looking skinny.
I'm
loving
actually
it.
working on a corset.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
this is thanks to Lena, so awesome.
Well, guys,
I just put on a baggy sweatshirt so I don't eat more sandwiches,
and that's it. You're ready to go there, Cindy.
so I don't have to suck in either.
Awesome.
Except my bat fat is like protruding right now, so please don't look sideways.
Yeah, because we're totally gonna angle the camera like behind where you're sitting.
Awesome, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get this program started. As we always do, we talk about our past week or weekend happenings with my entire crew, and we'll start off with the back end of the studio. Joe time.
What up?
What you been up to the last few days?
Man, becoming an uncle again and again.
Again,
What
one
the
more
hell?
big round of applause for once again.
Are you
Being
gonna run a
uncle.
daycare soon?
Yeah, right. Now my sister just had my baby nephew Noah Alexander. Shout out to him. He's actually still in the ICU, right? In ICU.
Oh.
Yeah, he has like
Jaundice?
no, his lungs because of a C-section, so it was like yeah, so they had to let him start
So he's a
breathing
preemie.
normally. Not necessarily preemie. He was just my sister had a C-section for the first one,
Mm-hmm.
so they have to do it again. They say it's natural to do it the second time. But he's strong. He has 10 fingers, 10 toes. And, everything is working right. Heart is a good size. And, yeah, he's going to be a strong baby just like his uncle.
Homer, send great wishes.
Yeah. Thank you. But, yeah, congratulations to my sister and Sean, man. It's just, it's amazing to have another little one in the life. Justin, now he's a big brother. He's excited. Not only that, got to play some flag football on Saturday with some buddies. It was like Niners versus Raiders. And we already know the Niners won. It was awesome. It was fun. I got about 8 touchdowns.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did anyone video this and upload it onto
No, 'cause,
Facebook?
we're all pretty much just playing. Like, yeah, we don't really do all that. We're like, selfie while I'm catching.
You didn't have the Showtime groupies kind of like doing their little like video thing
Nah,
going?
man, nope. Just,
No
you know.
cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Showtime groupies. I just caught that.
But yeah, and then later that day, hosted a wedding. I was emceeing a wedding, master of ceremony. Joe Corzo, if you need me, holler at me. Yeah, it was fun. It was really a good experience.
So you're
yeah,
just hosting. You don't do officiating or do ceremony stuff, right?
No.
Would you
no.
like to do that?
What do you mean, like marry people?
Yes.
Get ordained?
Yeah. Thank you.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Unless they want me to, I don't know. If you
Yeah, you could do it
pay
online.
me,
It's
go
pretty.
ahead and do that.
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Try it out.
Sweet. Right on. All right, I'll look into that.
Yeah, look it up in YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah, no, it was fun, man. So shout out to Rich and Sandy. Yeah, that was an awesome wedding. We had fun, It was at the Bentley Reserve in San Francisco. Very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, then Sunday just worked, football, and yeah, it's just been fun. And yeah, I just got booked for another show. I'll be I'll be hosting for Coco Brown at Tommy T's the weekend before Thanksgiving, all
Awesome.
weekend long,
Woo.
Thursday through Sunday. Yeah, so first like full weekend gig in a while. So like Thursday through Sunday, that's a lot of work coming my way. And yeah, November 29th will be at Hamachi, the next Showtime Comedy Presents. So check that out.
Yep. I'll
Yeah.
be in the house too,
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and just had a bunch of other stuff coming off the radar. Got offered a job at a car dealership, so kind of yeah.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah, so still
So-
sitting on that.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna make my decision sometime very soon.
Make a wise decision.
Very wise.
And consult with
Every
Homer.
decision I make is wise.
Awesome. Right on, Joe. Miss Rowe, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I like the little jacket for Beats.
Man, I feel so comfortable in my new T-shirt. Thank you, guys.
It's awesome. So what's been happening?
Let's see here. Friday, I can't even remember what I did Friday.
Woo!
Is that good, huh?
Is that crazy? I went out on a Thursday. This was like a random Thursday occurrence, okay?
Okay.
Me and my homegirl, we were like, you know what? We're kind of cute already. We're dressed up, whatever. Like, let's just go out. So we went out to the city. So we go out to Cellar, which is supposed to be like really like cracking on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
They had this like special EXO party, kind of like a lesbians kind of situation going on. So we were like,
I'll take it.
You had me at
Free
like,
drink.
let's go in and check out the venue, right? So we go downstairs and there's like 12 and a half people.
And a
And we're
half.
like 12 and a half. And they're all
Was
like
it-
girls. Half of them are
What
a
was
little
it?
bit more masculine and they're kind of like staring us up and down. We're like, yeah, maybe we'll take one drink and then one. But by this time we had already paid for like $25 of parking. And so we ended up Ubering to a place called Maze and had a cool little time over there. So that was nice.
A little bit more cracking.
A little bit more cracking, yes. And then what did I do Saturday? I swear I'm like losing my brain.
That's okay.
Saturday, I think I spent all day at home in my bed, chilling. Like, it was just a real comfort, relaxing day. And then last night, I went out to Fresh Steps, which is held at Lucas Lounge
Okay.
in Oakland. So got to see a lot of my like old music friends and stuff go and perform. It was one of our friends' birthdays. Happy birthday, Young Chisel. So it was dope. Nice night of, music and laughter, networking, and
It sounds it wasn't too much of a blur on Sunday.
no, Sunday was probably like my most like,
Clarity.
yeah, my most
based.
clear moment of the last few days. And then I've just been like, getting like hit up for music stuff, for writing opportunities,
Dope.
for all kinds of stuff. So I'm like booked all week, and then I leave back to LA on Friday.
All right.
So I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're glad to have you on the show once again, filling in for Mr. Mike Ill Smooth. Mike
I'm
Ill
Mike
is
Ill.
in
Like
training mode.
Or is he ill? Like really ill?
No,
No.
he's perfectly fine.
Feel like he's sick,
Just a
yo.
workaholic.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Captain Fantastic, how are you? And the headphones, immensely incredible. What
Don't
is
you
going
love
on?
'em? Okay. These were anniversary gift from Jeremiah. They've been on my Amazon list for like months and months and months, and I opened them up and I'm just stunned with the quality. They're called Diamond Tears. They're by Monster Products, and I listen to, everything from like Mahler to Bach to Skrillex to like anything where sound quality is really, really, really important.
Yeah.
And I am floored. I'll never go back to like,
Cheapies.
yeah, $8 Ross headphones whenever I break them. Because that's kind of what
Hey,
I'm
hey, hey.
used to doing.
I used to work at Ross. Be
Did you
nice.
really?
Were you the manager?
No, not quite. I was in customer service, but that's another day. Go ahead, Cindy. I'm sorry.
You look like you'd have managed it.
Thank you. I'm glad that you have that
If you
title.
were to
outlook.
like say it out loud, I'd be like, yeah, I managed it.
Yeah, he's moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
But anyways, we went out to dinner at Morton's Steakhouse out in Sacramento, which
nice.
is really, really nice.
Styling profile. What's up?
Yeah, the
Jeremiah?
high back leather chairs, the wine list, like
Nice.
like a legit restaurant. And
Damn,
we had
Jeremiah stepped up his game.
So wait, how many years are you guys together?
2.
Aww.
And both of us didn't know our exact anniversary date and had to look at Facebook.
I got the Facebook,
Right,
huh?
thank
I'm
God
like-
for Facebook.
I'm like,
Or
it's the
Zuckerberg.
8th. He's all, no, it's the 18th. We go on Facebook. It's the 11th. Oh well,
Close enough.
close enough, right? So we had tickets to see Adam Carolla, which we were super stoked about. We're not even all the way through dinner, and he gets an email on his phone, and it says that the show was canceled, and we're both like, what in the absolute fuck, We've been looking forward to
saw
this for
that.
weeks.
This
yeah.
was at Cash Creek, right?
Yeah, right up here at Cash Creek outside Sacramento. And, we get on Twitter, we get on all the social media sites, and it says he was, like, hung up with some drama with the TSA
What?
at the airport.
Sounds-
And, I'm kind of looking forward to whatever his rant is going to be on his next podcast, because that's, like, his signature thing. His rants are phenomenal. And, but yeah, that was totally disappointing. But we still walked around the casino for a little bit. We totally got had on a few machines. So we decided to, cut off at only like $60 of penny slots because it was way too rapey. Way too rapey.
I like it when she says rapey.
Yeah, how can you not feel violated? I mean, it's a casino, and they've added all these stupid rules. Like, they don't bring you drinks out at the machines or the tables anymore.
No.
What?
You have to, yeah, exactly.
caught on.
Like the stupid California. You physically have to walk to the bar, order your drinks, pay for them. When it's shitty
Oh,
well
that's so
alcohol
whack.
anyways. It should be free if you're gaming, right? Like
Sure.
every other casino in the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
So we go up there and we order drinks. They don't even let you keep a tab open. You're like, I'm going to come back, spend money, lose money, and drink more. Why wouldn't you let me keep a tab open? So
Hello? Yeah.
$60 a slot machines, and we're like nuts on this place. Like, forget it. Let's go to McDonald's and get ice cream cones
There you go.
and call it a day.
Next time, bring a flask.
No kidding. That's gotta be. That's the plan. I mean, there's so many cameras in casinos anyway, so it might be tough to get away with. But I'll think of something for next time.
I'll give you some tips
There we
after
go.
the show.
All right.
Just
There you
wait
go.
in the bathroom.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Sounds like a very adventurous weekend there, Cindy.
Yeah, and then Sunday was just Niner game, and poor Jeremiah. You should have seen him shitting bricks for the Bears playing this weekend.
Yeah, he is a
Against
big.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking for him.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
he turned it
For
off.
him, for the team.
It makes you wonder why
team
did
is
the
like, oh my
Niners
God.
have to lose to the Bears when the Bears are this sucky? Well, that's another portion we'll get
Maybe
into.
we
Look
felt
at Joe.
sorry
Joe's
for them,
getting
so we
fired
let them win after 30 years of not winning against
Maybe
us.
that's the case.
I think that's it.
All right. Good observation there, Captain Fantastic. Lady Sage, you were unavailable last week, but you're here now.
I'm back, bitches. So what did I do last week? Oh yeah, I was actually working the Google Tech event, and unfortunately, I cannot say anything about it. It's top secret. Or else I won't be working that type of venue again. So did that for 3 or 4 days, and just this weekend I just rested. fuck it, I'm not doing anything. I needed my rest. I was up at 4 a.m.
What?
just to go to work,
Oh, damn.
and then commuting to Frisco.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And people at the Bay Bridge are fucking crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm signaling, let me in, and they're like gesturing, no, 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 no.
Like you're not getting
You're
on
not
the same
gonna be
bridge.
late if you let me in, you fuck. So
That's when you get a plastic gun and you're like,
Whoa, Cindy.
So that happened to me 3 days. Someone going like this, no, 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 no. So
oh hell no.
yeah, so I'm glad that's over with. And this weekend, I just totally just had my rest and relaxation.
That's awesome. Cool, cool. Homer, how are you?
Great.
I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And we're going to definitely go into the whole Egypt trip and all the fascinating stuff you got
Sounds
into.
good.
But obviously you're back now. And was it pretty much a relax and rewind sort of thing, unwind thing this past
Yeah,
weekend?
like getting back to earth, just acclimating myself back to Pittsburgh life, and which isn't so bad either. But
there you go. Stand up for
yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, just relaxing. I went to my UFO meetup group yesterday. Just listen to stories that people had to share, and worked on people, clients. So
Pretty simple.
pretty simple. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. A Disciple,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm.
I love the outfit. I
Thank
love
you,
it.
thank you.
That jacket is just, you got the whole Star Trek emblem here. And
Yeah.
It is a very elaborate jacket.
it is.
Tell us about it.
I had it designed by Walgreens. One of the benefits of poverty is when you just make do.
All right. No, it looks awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope my belly doesn't look fat.
You should get one of them waist trainers.
There you go.
Oh,
How was your past weekend?
Oh, what's today?
It is Monday.
Monday.
Yeah. I think you were in LA, right?
We were in LA for the Kamikaze, Stanley's Kamikaze Convention, and I spoke in a film panel on behalf of Collective Entertainment, based out in the Bay Area, including Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Also, we filmed at a hotel.
Was it the
Yes.
haunted one?
It's not
No, no,
porn,
no.
right?
No, I was the buffer.
Okay.
And, somebody's got to do it. The last shoot I was working with Sasha Gray. It was really, really nice, but it's really hard for her to really open up. So
Really? Hard for
I bet you it was
Sasha
hard,
Grey
yeah.
to open up.
Yeah. Other than that,
I have no words.
yeah, it's gonna
we
bite
were
my tongue.
we had a great time filming. My movie Hetcha. It's an action film, hyper reality. Won best short film at a New York Film Festival.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Like our regular claps is not enough.
Right. Insert pre-recorded clap here.
Yeah,
Other than
yeah,
that-
Bo, you would have heard the extreme applause that was going on in the headphones. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Other than that, I worked over the weekend. When I came back, I am a proofreader for a skywriting company.
Proofreader.
Yeah.
Oh.
When somebody does one of those smoke signals,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm the guy who makes sure they spell things right.
I
Really?
want to do that. How do you do that?
Yeah. How do you apply for something like that?
Well, yeah, I
Grammar, great grammar.
Gotta be an avid reader.
yeah, I got my master's and I graduated from the University of Eastmont Mall. But, it takes a lot of dedication.
To put it simply, just go on Craigslist.
Man, I'm about to. You have no idea. I'll tell you guys later. But I'm a grammar and spelling fanatic. So it really irks me to see things spelled incorrectly, and I'm always the one to catch the typo, in a book or a newspaper article or whatever. So thank you for giving me a new idea.
Were you ever in
Avenue
spelling
to
bees?
pursue my dream, huh?
Were you ever in spelling bees?
Yeah, I remember I was the only kid who could spell February right.
Wow. Okay.
That's with a P, right?
That's too much.
February.
Well, I mean, I was little. They didn't know.
How old were you?
I can't recall. 5 to 7, maybe.
There you go.
She had me at lesbians.
Right?
Oh, man. Right on, guys. Well, as far as my weekend, I had a couple gigs. On Saturday, I did a private event over in Livermore. And shouts out to Josh Brown and his fiancée for allowing me to be a part of their celebration. And also, that evening, went over to Hamachi to do an event for choreographer Alan Ramos, which he was a guest here on the Slam show, as well as the girlfriend and all the guests. So turned out to be a real good, productive Saturday. And as most of our friends and associates were watching football on Sunday, and we'll get into that a little later in terms of how the 49ers ended up sneaking out a win. As ugly as it was, a win is a win. That's for sure.
You
Cool,
heard
cool.
that, Joe?
I did.
Cheap shot.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, quit trying to start stuff. That had no implications of a cheap shot there. Lena.
Speaking the truth.
I'm messing around.
Anyways, before we go on to our break, let's talk about our last week's guests. And obviously, Lena Rowe was guest fill-in, taking Sage's spot admirably, and you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Oaktown.
And no one else will take my spot, by the way.
She is granting permission for you
Yes.
forever.
Irreplaceable.
Wow. Thank
That's a
you.
coveted seat right there, man.
There were some big shoes to fill. Big shoes, big
Really,
boobs,
she's
small
wears
waist to
like-
fill.
That's a compliment.
I don't know about the shoes, man. She's only like size 5 in shoes.
Well, they're tall.
So, yeah, our special guest last week, Oaktown from Oakland, my good gaming buddy and also a big supporter of the network, the Slam Show and TV EPN, all of what we're about. Oaktown encompasses that. And it was good to have a good friend that I met through the gaming community many years back that I still keep in good touch today, which I credit all of what's happening here with the Slam Show, because if it wasn't for the gaming community, there wasn't a podcast to voice out the gaming community, thus wouldn't have evolved into the Slam Show as it is today.
Nice.
So much props to everyone that does everything to make that next step happen in their lives, because you never know where that next step will be. It could be just some guy you're going to meet on the street, or it could be a teacher. You never know, but just make sure you take that step to make things evolve. And that's a prime example, because the Slam Show is what it is through all that. So without further ado, I'll have everyone that was here last week kind of chime in on Mr. Oaktown. Joe time. What'd you think?
He was awesome. He just filled with all kinds of experience and wisdom and a lot of things. I mean, I love his insights on everything from football and to analysis to what his thoughts were on robots taking over somebody's career at Osh. So I mean, everything that he's been doing and everything he was speaking about, even his movie, he had a really good, what is it called? I guess you could say like an abundance of knowledge in that head of his.
Lots of insight.
Yeah, lots of insight from everything, from comic books to everything in detail. He was like Mike Ill, but for everything.
That's a hell of a compliment.
You know what I'm saying? Like you bring up like just any subject and he'll have something about it and he'll break it into detail, and it was pretty awesome. And he was really the only Raider fan that I seen that we not allow, but really just wear a lot of Raider stuff on him. And he's a cool cat. I mean, I'm always for the Raider fans, but I hate the Raiders. Raider fans is cool, but I hate the Raiders. But yeah, overall, Oaktown, you're awesome, man, and definitely looking forward to taking that insight he had on Madden tips and what I could do with it, and just really just
apply it towards playing me,
so
right?
I can beat you. So I can beat the champ.
I want it. Bring it.
The champ is going down.
Miss Rowe.
Yo.
What?
Wow. Oaktown. He was like he said, just like a big ball of like wisdom. He knew everything. He taught me so much about sports. Just listening to them talk, like between Oaktown, you and Joe time over here. It's like going back and forth. I feel like
And the boy
I'm
Benny.
like 60% like in the game now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I learned a lot. He's seems like a wise man on all fronts, and I love how you were going into the story about basically how you guys came together. You started this kind of like group and then took it and made it like bigger and turned them into conventions that went out of town, out of state, and the camaraderie and how like there was so much community involvement and there was no fighting. And like where he was talking about like you have these huge crowds of black people, and he was like it used to shock like the hotel people and the people, you know, at the venues, like, wait, there's nothing bad happening here, you know. So I love hearing stories like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Salute Mr. Oaktown.
Exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Benny Mac because he was out there on last week too.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yes,
See,
Benny Mac.
Yeah, Benny Mac.
Yes. Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, he gave his insights on the
right
whole
here.
Giants celebrations and the World Series insights. That was much props to him. He's going to be back.
Oh, yeah.
I consider him like a rotating guest co-host.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. So it's going to be cool when he comes back, and maybe we won't even talk about baseball. Just he'll flow right in.
Well, because baseball is over.
Spring training is right around the corner.
That's right. 2 more months. Cindy.
Well, I was really happy to finally put a face to somebody that we hear so much about and from all the time. I just remember when I started sitting in on the mic almost every week. Oaktown's in the chat room. Oaktown's in the chat room. And, you know, finally have him here, get to meet him, get to hear everything he has to say. You know, great personality, great insight, very knowledgeable, very fun, Renaissance man of, you know, on all fronts. And it was really great to hear from him and everything he had to say.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Desciple? Renaissance. Desciple was on the point, like, Renaissance means kind of ancient, right? Or old? Renaissance means you do everything.
Well, technically it means rebirth, but
Rebirth.
yeah. That's
Actually,
the
I
translation
am a
in
reborn
French.
virgin.
I'm not going to dispute that. That's for
fun.
sure. Right on, right on. And if you guys missed that episode of The Slam Show, be sure to go to theslamshow.com or theslamshow.tv to watch that video replay immediately. And if you're in the chat room right now, type in your name to get a quick shout out when we come off break. And we're going to go ahead and roll right into Homer's Egyptian trip insights on how that played out when he was there for 17 days.
Yep, 17 days.
That's a long time. Can't wait to
Yeah.
hear the stories that you have. Everyone hang tight here on The Slam Show.
Need cash now? Call 1-800-CAR-TITLE to borrow $2,500 to $50,000 against the value of your vehicle. 1-800-CAR-TITLE has been offering the lowest rates and monthly payments for over 10 years. Mention promo code FREEWAY to receive free gas with your loan. 1-800-227-8485. 1-800-CAR-TITLE, a proud supporter of the Freeway series.
1-800-CAR-TITLE, fast cash and low payments every day.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Protecting your home with a security system is a must. But when it comes to protecting your family, your home, and belongings, there's no need to sign a long-term contract. Listen, there is some real scum in the alarm business, cashing in by locking you into long, punishing contracts. Not with Simply Safe Home Security. They're the good guys. You can trust Simply Safe to protect your family. Simply Safe was created by a Harvard Business School engineer, and it's revolutionary. You'll get 24-hour protection for just $14.99 a month. There are no hidden fees and no contracts. You'll save thousands. Plus, you're protected by their 100% money-back guarantee. Protect yourself against home invasions and break-ins. Order your Simply Safe system now and receive a wireless keychain remote, a $25 gift, free. So don't waste your time dealing with scum. Visit GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com. Get simplysafe.com.
Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gates, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filter today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
Taking a family of 5 to the amusement park can cost a small fortune.
Oh, yeah. So to save some money, we thought, hey, let's bring the amusement park to us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, step right up, young man. Are you ready to ride the Wacky Waterfall?
That's just the bathtub with the shower head running.
Nope, it's the Wacky Waterfall.
It's the shower, Dad.
Waterfall.
Wacky.
There's an easier way to save. To get a free rate quote, go to geico.com, then buy online, over the phone, or at your local Geico office.
You know the U.S. dollar is devaluing. You can see it happening every day. You know a new currency will take over at some point. Wouldn't you like to be in on the ground floor? Bitcoins. They're a decentralized, anonymous internet currency. They're free to use, free to accept, and free from inflation forever. You can use them anywhere in the world, and their value seems only to be increasing. Find out more at weusecoins.org. Don't be kicking yourself in the pants in a month. Your dollars are going down. Bitcoins are going up. weusecoins.org.
Snoring. It's not just something to laugh about. Snoring could be a symptom of sleep apnea, a serious condition where breathing stops during sleep, and if left untreated can lead to daytime drowsiness while driving, high blood pressure, acid reflux, heart attack, and stroke. Plus the family issues of the snoring keeping others up all night. The first step in treatment is a sleep study. Through homeapneatest.com, it can now be done in your own home in the comfort of your own bed through the direction of a board-certified sleep medicine physician in your area. The test simply monitors your breathing while you sleep. For more information about sleep apnea, go to homeapneatest.com or call 1-877-54-APNEA, 1-877-542-7632.
If you're suffering from chronic pain, migraine headaches, or any other health issues, it might be your back telling you it's time for an adjustment. Come check out the New Health Chiropractic Center in Concord. We restore the curvatures of the spine to bring you back to good health and wellness. Our specialists will provide a full examination and x-rays for free. Just mention The Slam Show. Call now for an appointment at 925-759-9722 or online at thenewhealthcc.com. In order to transform your health, you have to try something new. The New Health Chiropractic Center.
Yes, we are back here on the Slam Show, and this segment is sponsored by Kinders.
Ooh, Kinders of Martinez.
Yes.
Ball tip.
Yummy.
Tip of the ball.
Tip of the ball there,
Covered in
Joe.
sauce.
I like it.
Dipped in sauce.
Sexual innuendos here on the Slam Show when it comes to food.
I'm not going to say anything.
That is disgusting. But yeah, props out to Justin and everyone over at Kinders for always hooking it up here on the Slam Show Eats that we always have on a Monday night. All right, we're going to go ahead and flip the script a little bit and get away from the topics because we have our resident spiritualist, Homer Castillo, in-house to talk about his Egypt trip. And I have a little introduction music for you.
Oh. Uh-oh.
To get you hyped up. Yeah. Is your heart beating?
That's my song.
So without further ado, let's have a big round of applause for Homer Castillo, everyone. There you go. Welcome back, Homer. You're in one piece.
Yeah, I'm in one piece.
I remember we were doing the food bank volunteer, and you're just joking around and everything, and I don't mean to bring this up and kind of dilute the whole Ebola thing, but you're joking about, hey, I'll be back with some Ebola.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wow, that was cool.
Well, a lot of people around me had more fear than I did going on my trip.
Yes.
And
you know what's funny is that whole period of Ebola has now simmered down. You don't hear about it at all.
Exactly.
Talk about false flags. We'll get into that.
But
a
then
little
I
bit later.
come back and then I hear there's a shooting at 24 Hour Fitness in the parking lot. So I come back from the Middle East. Yeah, I come back from the Middle East where people were worried about me getting shot. And then I come back home
to your hometown,
to my hometown, and there's a shooting.
There's actual shooting,
lot, and someone died.
Yeah.
In that. By the way, I was clearing the energy.
That's awesome.
In that spot where he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It is pretty tragic.
It is. Yeah.
We're glad that you're back.
Thank you.
Healthy, looking good.
Thanks.
So, just to kind of rewind and get everyone up to speed, our resident spiritualist. Homer, he went down to Egypt to do what he would call a spiritual
it's
resetting,
like
or
spiritual transformational journey.
Gotcha.
But there's so many aspects to it. It's more than any word can describe.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. And ladies and gentlemen, he was there for 17 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just soaking all what Egypt has to have. So, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Sure. Okay. Well, where do I begin?
Let's go into some of the highlights that you feel were like, because you've been there before a few years back, right?
Yeah, it's my 4th time going back.
Wow.
But it's been 5 years since I've been back. And to me, and I can say this from my very first trip, it's like going back home, but someone living in your own house.
Wow.
So it wasn't the Egypt that I remember when I left. And I'm talking about a different time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know I could get out there, but that's what I felt.
Okay. Okay. Now, you went there with a group.
Yes, I did.
And everyone was pretty much up to speed, or were they keeping up with all the...
No,
because
not really.
obviously you're...
Yeah, not really.
really. That's fucked up. But hey, it is what it is, right?
Well, everyone has their own reasons of going there. I had my own.
Yeah.
There were it was a small group this year, only 8. But I would say half were more in tune and on a different vibrational level, energetic level than the others. And not to say no one's better than the other, but we were just on different wavelengths.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So a few weren't keeping up physically.
Physically, yeah. And, you know, with Egypt and any power center on this planet, it will stir things up. And with those two, it was stirring things up, and they were getting annoyed a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like there was always something to complain about.
Okay, you're talking about individuals that weren't keeping up with some of the physical.
Yeah, but we know, those that are aware, you know, on my trip, we know that every time we go on a trip like that, you know, Egypt or Peru or Sedona, people that come along, they're going to stir in things. They're going to be pushed out of their comfort zone.
Of course.
It's like a vortex. Things are going to be spinning out. And at any given time, someone can just break down emotionally, physically, different things.
Gotcha.
And that's what, you know, we're aware of that, and we knew what was going on.
Okay.
And, yeah, we were near the pyramids, and that's when they were really having all those complaints.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
but it didn't bother me. We knew what was going on.
Well, you're fine because you're already tuned in.
I was having so much fun.
I bet. We saw a lot of the Facebook photos that you posted. You were on a camel. How was that experience?
The camel was great.
Did it poop everywhere?
No, actually, it was too busy.
They spit?
Yeah.
They spit, right?
It was, yeah, they can. Yeah. But one thing...
remember that from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Good reference point there, Joe Time.
Yeah. Well, one thing... sad about it is the camels near the pyramids, you can tell they were abused. Aww. As unlike the camels you would see in southern Egypt, you know, they from what I saw in southern Egypt, they treat their animals a little better. Yeah.
This camel had an extra hump up. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
So
Yeah.
it was quite noticeable. You saw like bruises and stuff like that. or what was it?
Bruises, marks,
Behavior.
open wounds.
Wow,
So
that's
that
horrible.
I took that opportunity as well as my colleagues to do the healing that we can do
Mhm.
for the camels. And
Okay.
there was a point when someone in my group had to get off the camel because she was physically unable to stay on there. However, the camel guide blamed the camel and started to whip the camel. So I put a stop to that. I told him, I educated him. I said, you do not need to do that. And in some ways, I taught him that, what you put out comes back. And it doesn't matter if it's a person, an animal, or whatever it is. The energy you put out comes back.
Very true.
So,
Yeah. Well, we're glad that you were there.
yeah.
That camel
You
was
should have
glad he was
grabbed the
there.
whip and whipped
Yeah.
them back.
If I had, if I was that close, yeah.
That's
I would
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome, Homer, for you to step up like that.
Well, anytime I see an injustice, I do my best to do what I can.
And as well as you should.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and have everyone ask you a question. We're going to start with the back of the studio with Joe Time. Take it away.
Hey, welcome back, man.
Thank you.
Always good to have you. Yeah, man. Honestly, you've been there about 5 times already, and you said it was different. But what is something that was, when you say it was different, it seemed like it was different in, it wasn't as progressive as you think. It was more back thing. But mine is question is, was there something that was different that was actually a new revelation for you in the pyramids, or anything that kind of just stood out? Like, wow, this, like, I've been here 5 times, but this is something that
Yeah, the highlight for me that really made a difference was when I was in the Red Sea. So I was in the Red Sea last week, and that was the time that I used the waters of the Red Sea, and it's very powerful. It's a very powerful body of water, and it helps you connect. And just by being in that water, I was able to not only connect, but send out, healing frequencies to those that I love near and far.
Awesome.
So I sent some out here. But that was the defining moment for me, because it made sense now why I was there. And throughout my trip, from the beginning closer to the end, I was feeling the energies of each place. They had like a feel to it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get like a clear message as to, okay, what are you guys trying to tell me? But it was at the Red Sea that I finally heard not just the one voice, but many. And I'm not schizophrenic, but but I was hearing the voices of the ancient ones.
Awesome.
And it was one by one, they were coming to me, and then eventually blending all their voices into one. And it was the message I was pretty much getting from them. And it's hard to say it in words, because it was more like the emotion. A lot of the messages I do get is based on emotion and thought, so it's really hard.
Dimension.
Yeah, it's really hard to translate it into a human language, into English or any other languages spoken on this earth. But
closest word would be,
Or like, what did you feel?
Yeah.
it was it was like really getting in touch with an ancient power that was so familiar to me, and I know it very well. And it was just kind of like I was asking them, are you guys with me? And they're kind of saying, we were always with you,
Yeah.
and we will continue to be with you. And, we are with you every step of the way. So I was in the water for like 2 hours. Yeah, my colleagues and friends were
was
wondering.
it warm, cold?
It was like,
Was it red?
Oh, me and Sage know about Homer's incredible ability to stay in water.
No, it was
You can
warm.
stay in like below 0 water.
Yes.
Trust
It was
me.
warm. I mean, it's you hear about people taking saltwater baths. You know,
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
was being in the Red Sea, a true saltwater bath. You know,
Do you float? I mean, is there a lot of?
well, I was up to here. You know, I can't swim.
Aw.
But
Neither can I.
But you know, the messages I was getting was so profound that it took me 2 hours to get out of there, and then I had to chill out in my hotel room, and to ground myself, to meditate. But it was the first time I turned on the TV throughout my whole trip, and the movie that was on there was a movie called The Power of One, and it was about a person.
Is it Chuck Norris?
No, it was about a movie.
No, I'm not trying to be funny.
I'm gonna IMDb that right now.
No, it was a movie about a
Girl
guy
on Girl?
from South Africa, and he made a difference by, speaking up and, in a way, representing a collective voice that made a difference.
Very
And
synchronistic with the experience.
so
that you
it
had.
was like divine synchronicity going on there. It really affirmed that message that I was receiving
Of course.
from the ancient ones. And when I say ancient ones, there's many ancient gods and goddesses out there. Isis, Horus, Anubis, Hathor, and also Jesus and Mother Mary were coming as well. Egypt is very multi-layered in terms of dimensional vibrations. So you get the ancient ones, you get the Islamic vibration, you get the Christian vibration. It's just overlapping.
Yeah.
And it's really seeing how you could tune in and find the vibration that you can resonate with.
Did you go to the Pyramid of Giza?
I went to the Pyramid of Giza twice. First time was on my second day.
You go inside?
I went inside and I took the opportunity to go into the sarcophagus, which is kind of like a tomb, but it did not have a cover anymore. So when the security guard wasn't watching, I snuck in the sarcophagus, and I had to do what I was guided to do. And I've been doing that every year when I was there in Egypt. And pretty much it was just calling my star people, letting them know that things are okay. I can't go any further with that. But, well, things are on track.
Yeah, they're on the
There
line.
you go. Okay.
About the deities.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it Anubis who was the one that came down and said there's only going to be a singular God?
Anubis?
And he did away with the other ones, trying to.
He may have said that, or that is probably
He
what
tried to do
it
it.
is. But really, I was so in bliss that and every year, previous years that I went there, I didn't even listen to my guide because he was telling me history that was a history that did not connect with me. You know, about like the pyramids being built by slaves, or you know, it's like okay, or something like that.
Well, it's the structure itself being triangular.
Yeah.
There is a pyramid that was man-built in Russia, and it actually amplifies certain amounts of energy for healing.
Yeah, for me, any pyramid or sacred geometry it carries a certain vibration.
Like the one you built, right?
Yeah, and pyramids, I utilize pyramids with the work I do, and it does power up, it does amplify. And you can find it in many cultures around the world. Native Americans have their,
It's funny how none of them had the internet, yet they all built pyramids. You know,
I mean, we were all connected despite our physical.
I feel like the internet always existed. It's just that now there's just a different medium for an internet.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
in that sense,
technology
there
had
you
to
go.
catch up.
I mean, back in the day, we were able to communicate in many ways, like what we do now. You know, it's time and distance doesn't matter. Thought is very fast, so you can really communicate with many things out there, just with the thought.
Yeah.
So do you think your point on this? Do you think the pyramids were tombs, or were they actually beacons from a higher Intelligence or way of communication.
That. No, beacons. Beacons, but they were in some ways used as tombs eventually. I mean, there's so many levels to Egypt. History overlaps itself too. I mean, a lot of things. It's very old. It's very ancient.
And there's a lot of things that were built that technology today can't even.
Oh yeah, and being in Egypt, when you're sensitive to energy, you know that Egypt is very powerful in terms of a vortex, in terms of a power center.
Just like Mount Shasta.
Yeah, and Mount Shasta, Egypt, Machu Picchu in Peru. There's a place in Hawaii as well, Sedona.
The Earth's chakras.
Exactly, power centers. And it's a very strong interdimensional gate. And being in the pyramid itself and in the King's Chamber, you can really utilize that power to connect faster. Not that anyone can't connect as fast, but it really amplifies.
Well
So
said.
the dimensional walls were really thin.
Cool.
Did they say when it was active, when the pyramid was active at a certain time, it would illuminate?
I'm not aware of that,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moving on, Lena Rowe.
So, I've never been to Egypt. I've always wanted to go.
Me
also-
too.
I remember you said that.
Field
yeah.
trip.
Slamming field trip.
Right?
Wow, that's a freaking.
Can someone
Hey,
please sponsor
if
us?
we could do that, we could do any other
Right,
field trip, man.
right.
Start our sponsorship
manifest
right
it.
now.
Let's start working on it.
Live from the Red Sea.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Why
Live at
not?
the King's Chambers.
It could totally
yeah.
happen.
It can.
Can.
Anything can happen.
So my question to you is, I know you talk about healing and you talk about, spiritual energies and things like that, right?
Yes.
And so like for me, when I think of places that hold that much history and all of like the religious influences and stuff like that took place like in the Meds, in the Middle East, in Egypt, I think that there's like two forms of energy. You have like positive and negative. Some people look at it as like you have good and evil.
Yes.
So like, did you at some point during your journey feel things that were like fighting did you feel some resistance? Did it ever get scary for you? And what was the breakthrough?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. So, okay, not once did I have any fear. Because for me, if I were to even have a thought or an ounce of that emotion, especially in Egypt, it will amplify. So I was
allow
happy.
yourself to.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
happy the whole time. So I was always laughing and I was in bliss, you know. But I won't lie. It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't know if anyone watched.
I haven't
it.
really seen
Oh.
it.
But in that movie, there's like an underlying shadow, you know, the dark force. So I was aware of that. I felt it. I work on people, but I also had the opportunity to, let me work on Egypt as a country. There were some, fields of energy that just was very thick. Felt like molasses to me.
Wow.
But that shadow does exist. Yeah, so I could feel it around me. Not in my face, but I could feel it. So, but you know what? I have to say, when I was in the mosque, I felt total love with the people in the mosque. So I was feeling, at least the mosque that I went to, because I had a chance to go to the religious sectors of Cairo. So I walked the streets where Jesus walked, got some water where Jesus made a well with his finger.
You've posted that video, right?
Yeah, I was trying to be serious, but I actually kind of
joked around a bit. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, wait a second, this is like the most holiest situation I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but
being a comedian.
But you know, working with the spirit world, they love it when you're light and happy, and it brings in a certain energy. You know, sometimes they get on my case if I'm too serious. But when I do my work, I am very serious. But they like, to be lighthearted, and that's what they want all of us to be. And in the mosque, I felt like it was the paparazzi, because people were asking me and my colleagues, like, where are you from? And I would say California. And some people would say, is that near South Africa? But I would say, no, it's actually in the USA. And then once they heard we were from the USA, they got so excited.
Yeah.
So from their perspective, they thought Americans were mean from what the media feeds them. So to see Americans there in their mosque, they brought out their cameras and just started filming us and taking pictures.
I like how you did that, Homer. Like,
Oh yeah, because that's exactly. One guy brought out his camera and he just went, shh, and we just sat there like, okay, what is he taking a picture of or a video of? But
it's gonna be on TMZ.
I'm even surprised you're allowed to, take your camera there.
That's a good
Well,
point.
I was very surprised at the mosque because, I covered up. I wore long sleeves and wore slacks. The women in my group, they did not have to wear the
Veils.
veil.
The hijab.
The hijab. So I was surprised with that too. But they welcomed us in the mosque. It was a very big mosque, right in the center. And I saw love there in the mosque, families praying, people just coming up to us, asking, can we take a picture with you? And
That's awesome.
Celebrity.
Even one woman fully covered, so you couldn't see her, even her eyes. She came up to one of the women in my group and kissed her on the cheek because she was just so happy
That's
to,
beautiful.
It's cool.
interact with us. Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
got arrested last time.
Yeah. It was a great experience there.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Cindy.
Did you meet anybody, either a physical person or a spiritual person, that you felt you had the most interesting interaction with or conversation or
Throughout the whole
question.
trip, but I mean,
one that really stood out to you? Or
well, okay, there's one incident that is more like a bit funny in a way because I did see a ghost in one of the temples and he was asking
Look
for a
at
tip.
Sam's face.
He was asking for a tip,
He was asking for a tip.
like
Now
a
it-
financial tip.
Exactly. So in Egypt, it's all about the tips. It's they if they help you. Let's say you go to the bathroom, but you need to give a tip first, and then if there's like paper towels, they give you paper towels. Okay, where's my tip? So everything was about tips. So in one of the temples, I saw a ghost there, and he was like bakshish, which means tip, and I'm like, wow, even in spirit. But I was like, here's my tip, go to the light.
Man, the toilet has to be the worst
Yeah.
place to see a ghost.
Oh, for real.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean,
Scared the crap out of me.
in terms of
Literally.
in terms of other beings, I was just especially at the museum. There's a goddess named Sekhmet, and she's like a lioness goddess. And I've connected with her before on a previous trip. Yeah.
She lesbian?
She lesbian.
And with her people last summer, last August. So that was one of the reasons why I went to Egypt, to connect more with her people. But I was in the museum. I looked in her eyes, her statue, and she was just looking straight at me. I mean, statue-wise. But the energy was just so overwhelming in a good way. It just like opens up your heart.
what does she? What was she a goddess of? What is her representation?
She's multi-tasking type of goddess. She's just like all the goddesses. They can do many things. She is in her power, and I would see this with the other goddesses too in Egypt. The goddesses are very much in their power, at the same time very much in their feminine aspects. So they made a lot of change without having to become, masculine in order to exert their power. They were very powerful standing in their femininity, and they made a lot of change, and you know, their power is just awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lady Sage.
Just recently, I've seen a program on History Channel about the Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
Can you confirm what it was before it was recarved to this, the head of the Sphinx? Because there's some talks to it that it wasn't that to
Mhm.
begin with. It was like a Anubis. Was it a dog?
Yep, I just heard that yesterday.
And so when you were in Egypt, did you, by any chance, find out what it originally was?
Actually, I didn't even know anything about that. But I did find out actually yesterday. Someone brought that up. But when I was there, I did tune in to the energy of the Sphinx, and I could tell there is more to what you see physically. That there is something that is there, but you cannot attain it on the physical level at this time. There is some knowledge there that will be revealed when the time comes. That's what I felt.
Because from what let me ask this. 'Cause from what we actually, Sam and I watched, the Sphinx was there way before the pyramids. Am I correct?
Is that what?
That's what.
Is that
Yeah.
what was?
Yeah.
That's what
Something
was
like
said?
that.
Something like that.
Look
Yeah.
at Sam, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was it?
Was it?
I don't know because I remember. Well, if I go back to past life, I remember being there when the pyramids and the Sphinx wasn't there. It was one of my first lives here on this planet. I know it's out there on this show, but I mean, I can really go deeper, but
Well, on the program, Homer.
yeah.
Supposedly underneath the right paw of the Sphinx,
Yes,
there's supposed to be a hidden chamber
Yes.
that hasn't been unearthed. Supposedly has all the secrets of the universe that we need. Is that true? They haven't messed with it because for some reason it's not the right time, as you were saying. It will be revealed.
Well, the thing is, I feel people have messed with it.
Okay.
Have tried to gain access to it. Maybe they have certain things in their possession, but they are not telling people.
Okay.
That they have it. The thing is,
they didn't turn into dust or anything like in Indiana.
Well, the thing is, they may think they have it and can decipher what it is, but there are other things around this planet that adds to that. That will. It's kind of like a piece of the puzzle.
Gotcha. It's like the whole crystal skull thing. You have to have all of them together for everything to be presented.
Something like that.
Like the Dragon Balls.
Exactly. So I mean, there is knowledge there, and I wonder if I should mention his name.
Don't reveal it unless you have to.
No.
I want to know.
Well, he used to be.
You can say any name now.
And this is just from what I read and heard that Hawass, he was the director of Egyptian antiquities. He was the I can't even say it. Yeah, there you go. I can't even say it. And Egyptian antiquities. He had the access by the government to go to these places. So, you may hear it wasn't open, but he was able to
Access
open certain things and go to places that they would say, no, there's nothing there. I'm sure and I'm saying if, no, I think he did. I think he did access something, but
And we
it's
will
not
know.
being revealed.
But someday we'll know.
The truth will come out.
Okay.
Eventually.
Awesome. Desciple, you had a little bit of a head start on the questions, but if you have one more, go ahead and ask.
Energies.
Yes.
You seem to be a very hypersensitive person when it comes to reading things. The Red Sea is filled with iron and a lot of materials, which is different from other places. the position of the pyramids, where they are, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
What is the thing about caves? I mean, Zeus, they say was born in a cave. Jesus was in a cave, the resurrection, even Muhammad. I did mention Zeus. There's something about caves that had certain energies. And one thing I read kind of recently is in Mexico, these people were hypersensitive. They were feeling the certain powers and getting the certain vibes. It turns out when they went into one of the caverns, it was filled with crystals. Do you get readings from crystals as well?
Yes.
Could that be another technology that we haven't really explained, or is it just pure emotion?
Well, in a lot of the ancient cultures, we utilized crystals. Okay, I'm going to sound out there, but the star people, we taught people how to shape crystals and other objects. We taught them how to make the skulls. We taught them how to make other things.
And the crystals do bend light and can open up portals.
Yes, it is like an amplifier, you know. It's when you can communicate with the energies. So crystals are like in a dimension in itself. To me, they are like people. It's like communicating with people. I call them the rock people, you know, crystals, other types of stones. Like what I said before, there's messages you can receive, but it's not in words. It's like a emotion. It's a vibration. This is what I receive when I communicate with crystals. And crystals, when you can harness and utilize what they have to offer, you can really, really do a lot of good work, as well as damaging work. We've had that done in the past.
It's not always good stuff.
But yeah, being in the cave, you know, like in Mount Shasta, there is a cave that my group and I really love because.
Did we go in it?
No.
But holding out.
You know, people may go in the cave, and because I had a few friends that did go in the cave, so to them, it was a cave. But
Sage is like looking at you. You didn't tell us about this cave.
But when
he's lying, we went in there.
Oh, not the big one, but when you go in the cave, like the one that I love in Mount Shasta, and you, because we honor the spirits too. There are Native American spirits that are there, as well as other elemental spirits. So when we do our ceremonies, it's really inviting. It's like a party. Like, all right, let's celebrate. So in many of the pictures that you may have seen from my trips to Mount Shasta, in that cave, you would see a lot of orbs, forms of energy around us.
And some of the pictures you did post from Egypt, there were orbs and other things that are unexplained.
Yes, and when I was in the temple of Sekhmet, I used my phone, and I knew that.
I like how you emphasize.
Well,
because, ladies and gentlemen, Homer,
he needs a sponsor.
I know,
Homer has been on a flip phone for the past
since 2002.
Yeah,
I mean, I had
so
that phone. So
smartphone
this
thing
all
is a
new.
breakthrough.
I still don't know how to use it, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, with this phone, I was surprised when I was at the temple because before I even took the picture, and you've experienced this before, I would see the orbs.
Yeah.
Right before the picture was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is some incredible stuff.
I mean, you see it on the camera, you see it in the pictures, but the feel of it, it's 100 times better. It's like, you could just feel it. That's why I'm always happy in pictures, because it's like a party. It's a party of light.
Oh, believe me, if we don't see you smile in the pictures, we know something's wrong.
Oh man,
and that
it's
would
like they're
alert
dancing
us.
around, and
that would scare the bejesus out of me if we didn't see Homer in his enlightenment. Well,
yeah.
Well, Homer, I'm really glad that you're able to come on the show, share your story about your Egypt trip. Let's have a big round of applause.
Thank you.
And you're Ebola free.
Yeah, Ebola free. Actually, when I arrived in Washington, D.C., that was one of the Ebola checkpoints. So I did my best to look as,
Healthy,
vibrant
yeah.
and healthy. I put Visine in my eyes.
Did a guy with a hazmat suit come up to you and?
I was expecting that,
Yeah.
but I actually just went, and there was all that hype for nothing. I was kind of disappointed. Like, wait.
Watch what happens when you sneeze.
Yeah, I didn't even want to cough either. But they just, I was just walking without being stopped, and I'm like, that's it. I thought there was gonna be more, but
You sneeze and then like air raid sirens go off.
yeah, that's what I
strobes
thought.
go off.
I thought any minute they're gonna come and get me.
I
So,
think it was just a spin from the media.
Exactly.
It sounds to me like it didn't really exist.
Thank you very much.
I'm not saying that that people aren't dying of a disease or something somewhere, but I think that wasn't something that
Well, it's not.
I think it was
new.
introduced.
Well, it's the hype,
manufactured.
Ebola is a strain that comes from like mostly primates, exposure to, feces, non-clean water, anything where a bacteria like that, or a virus, sorry, not a bacteria, a virus can live. And in the United States, we, for the most part, we're really lucky. We don't have that here. We don't have it like people who live in really remote areas with no plumbing, no sewage system, etc.
Sounds like the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody here does get it and it is caught in its early stages, it's very realistic that they will survive. If they're not an old person, if they're not a baby, if they don't have an existing immune condition, odds are if you get Ebola in the United States, you'll be blasted with antibiotics. It's going to suck, but you will live. You're not going to decline the way that people do in a undeveloped country.
Yeah, there's so much to be said about clean water.
Yeah.
We take it for granted. We do all these water bucket challenges.
Yeah, exactly.
But in countries, there's like, oh, it's not that bad today.
Yeah, it's like I can see kind of through it, so it's good.
That reminds me, I want to give a big shout out to the creator of all toilets. Does anybody know his name?
Thomas Crapper.
That's right.
Cindy's like the information superhighway, dude. I swear.
And that's where the name comes from.
The crapper.
The crapper.
Right on, guys. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a quick music break and be back with our special guest in the house, Desciple, filmmaker, Peripheral, visionary, here on The Slam Show. Everyone hang tight.
Change my state of mind. Love so hard to find. Your feelings changed like the weather. Went from clear to gray. All that night and day. How can I go on with the cup falling apart? Love so hard to find. When someone's on your mind. Listen, baby. Your wish is my command. Baby, won't you understand? Keep the truth far, far from our minds. You need someone you can believe in. This I do declare. Trust me, I'll be there. The road that leads to heaven can be so steep. I will help you climb. Change your state of mind. Listen, baby. Your wish is my command. Baby, won't you understand? That your wish is my command. What can I do to make my baby understand? Your wish is my command.
Come on, Homer. You guys are probably wondering, that sounds a lot like Bruno Mars' Treasure.
Yeah.
It's actually the original track that he had to get permission from. The group is called Breakbot. It's called Baby I'm Yours. But yeah,
I thought it was Chromeo.
does sound like a lot like Chromeo.
That was New Edition.
Okay, you're way off.
Oh my, that is a throwback. All right, guys, we have our special guest lined up and ready to go, and I have a little video slide of his work. This gentleman, he is called a Peripheral visionary. He is the creator of the convention Hero Fest. He is also one of the founding fathers of the Collective Entertainment filmmaking group here in the Bay Area. He's also a bass player for the group, the Dead Clown Society. He's a good friend of ours. He's finally here on the program. Let's have a big round of applause for Desciple.
Hey, you both.
No one must know I'm here because I called in sick.
I'm going to let this little slide go. It shows you and Bo doing a little discussion there before we go into some of the many features and caps that you wear as being Desciple. This is pretty cool, man. I like this.
Thanks. One of the benefits of poverty is that you do it with what you have around.
Well, whatever you're doing, man, we got to hook up because
Like
you're making some real stuff happen.
MacGyver of props.
Look at that.
Wow.
I hope you have something to show us.
Actually,
His
I
jacket.
have a gift for you.
Oh, okay.
Customs wouldn't let me bring some of the stuff over, but
Damn Customs. They've held back freaking Adam Carolla. They're holding you back.
That's right.
is this camera on?
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
Let me go ahead and put a focus on you since it seems like you have something special.
yeah.
Bam! How's that?
We launched a new company called the Skeleton Crew Films.
Okay.
Oh, I have that.
.net.
Nice.
And what we do is that we offer services in making films, whether it's action, horror, porno.
I thought you said whore, so that kind of like.
That's why he said porno after whore.
Did I? Oh, that was my inner monologue. As I was saying, what I do for a living, basically, to finance all this, I'm a proofer. I count all the little squares on toilet papers, making sure there's 780 squares per roll.
Lena's loving this right now. She's
Well,
like,
somebody's got to do it.
sign me up.
Hey.
So I have a present.
Is it
So
toilet paper?
We at Toy Productions really do appreciate you having us, and for supporting.
That bag looks familiar, by the way. I took some from Kraken Con.
Yeah, for supporting local artists.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
What's
Open
in
it
it?
Open it up.
Oh,
We
I
already
thought
know what
Wasn't
the
that the
bag
bag
looks
was in
like.
I was just giving them props for just giving the bag.
Yeah. You have the
What the
bag already.
hell?
All right, let's see. All right, it is
Oh,
something.
no.
Whoa!
Oh.
Wow.
That's kind of like a steampunk kind of thing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome.
This is so cool.
Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
Oh, it even has sound
It's a
effects.
fart gun.
It is a fart
It's a fart gun.
You won't be able to stop after that.
Yeah, thank you.
Clapping it down.
Thank you.
Very nice.
steampunk light up fart gun.
Let's
I'm
pass this
jealous,
down
man.
and have everyone grace their fingers on the new
this-
gift.
Yeah, this is actually from Despicable Me, and I just made it steampunk
That's awesome, man. You took the time out to make it so custom. Thank you very much.
for you.
For us here in the Slam Show.
I have plenty of time to look at it later, so I'll pass it down. There you go.
She's like, I want my playtime.
Actually, at
She's gonna
Kraken,
blame it on the gun.
at Kraken Con, Desciple had this big bazooka looking. What is it?
It was a It was a, what was it?
I don't know, but it was huge. And I took a
Was it a Doc Johnson special or?
You have to hold it this way.
Oh, that's the one you took that
I took
made
a
you.
picture
Yeah, it
of
looked like
it.
you were a boss, like
Yes.
this big ass freaking gun. It was cool.
Yeah. What was that? What is that made out of? What is that made out? What is that made out of?
A lot of it is stuff from what I call upcycling. Upcycling is like recycling. It's just you get whatever you find and just make stuff. You know, you can do a lot.
She wants to blame me, so it's a goddamn joke.
That's why I wanted to play with it afterwards because, yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Thank you.
That's the word.
It's unavoidable.
Smells like it too. That's awesome.
Does it?
Guys in the radio,
Smell-o-vision.
they don't know.
Smell-o-vision.
Don't make me
It's like,
That's really
Cool, cool.
Next.
All right,
Works
let's.
out where
Sage, were you done with your questions? With
I don't care anymore.
she had a brain fart.
all right, Desciple, talk about
Yes.
what you have going on right now with the whole
Give it back.
Uh-oh.
with the whole filmmaking
Oh, Mama
thing.
Sage over here.
And,
Regulating.
and yeah, just get us up to speed with your projects.
Oh, okay. Well, not really too much to say, but we run a Facebook group called Collective Entertainment. It used to be called The Collective, but we had to do some name change for legal reasons.
They were suing your ass.
Oh, no, I just wanted to sound important. Basically, we're 3D artists, we're filmmakers, sound designers, anything that deals with film.
Mhm.
And we come together in the Bay Area and work on each other's products or projects.
Mhm.
I also give talks and panels at various conventions. Right now, stuff like Wizard World,
Mhm.
Kraken Con, East Bay Comic Con, and even Big Wow. I'm just basically trying to expand the cosplay audiences
Mhm.
and get them into filmmaking. And I'm looking around as if there's a lot of people because that's what I'm used to doing. But my thing is, it took about 1.5 years just to get my foot in the door because they don't let just anybody in. You have to. It's like high school. It's like a clique. But once you're in, I was more of serving the community
Mhm.
and expanding it, getting these costumers who spend so much hours through blood, sweat, and duct tape and build these great costumes. And I say, hey, why don't you make a film about it? So that's where we come in.
Mhm. And that is the film that you actually won this past weekend, right?
Yes, I got a call from one of my colleagues, Robert Parham. Big shout out. He was in New York for a film festival called the Urban Action Showcase Expo, which was celebrating the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon. So I was,
I was the master.
I wasn't even.
Show enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware that it was really a competition, but we won for best short. Action short.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations.
that was really cool. Thanks.
Did you get a trophy or like an award?
Or a gift certificate?
I think it's too early to tell, but you know, my thing is, it's not so much of the awards. I think the merit goes to all the people who put in into this project, which is a hyper reality film,
Mhm.
which is done without a budget, without a script,
And guerrilla filming, right?
It's below gorillas, and it's really hard to actually do something where there is no script and you're going on your raw reserves and your energy and you come out with a story, and that's very difficult to do. Not following the whole Hollywood cookie cutter, good guy, bad guy. I think everyone as a human, we have to find a balance of, you know, good and bad, and it's not really that clean cut. So that's what's the good thing about it. So we got a bunch of us in the movie. Everybody fights and everybody dies. It's a love story.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
And we were invited, Sage and I, to Hero Fest, one of the events that you threw together.
Yes, yes. I saw a very, very cool music video there. Yeah.
And do you recall that young lady over there being in the music video as well, besides Sage and I? She was Black Canary.
It's like between the two. It's not this guy.
I'm a very bad liar, but
I'm a bad liar.
Oh, it's okay. I don't care.
Which character were you?
I was Black Canary in the blonde wig.
That's probably it. Yeah, yeah.
There was only like 2 girls in there, right? And then one got killed right away because we don't like her.
Yeah, that's.
She's like, there. I
You just
said
explained
it.
my
Yeah.
love life. But yeah, that was something else.
Both
But yeah,
off camera,
Hero
laughing it
Fest.
up.
We're gearing up for 2015, our 9th year.
Okay.
And
a Slam Show will be invited to that as well.
Of course.
Thank
you. Of course.
And I want to win another printer, by the way.
Another
I won the
printer?
printer, yeah. I won a printer at Hero Fest.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're
Cool,
gonna
some shit
we're
I
gonna
can use.
A whole printer.
we're gonna basically try to keep doing what we're doing. The thing is consistency. If you're there every year, people will start noticing you. That's how I met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you really, really have to beat down the doors and stay persistent, consistent, without being annoying, which is hard. And I think our thing is more sincerity, and that we care about our community of artists.
That's good. That's good. And that is a great idea to have this collective entertainment group, because you're bringing together a whole bunch of minds that not necessarily have to work together, because you guys are trying to get a piece of the pie, because there's only a very small market of people that are going to support filmmakers on a certain level. But when you could get together and support each other, that makes it that much more easier, right?
Yeah, we all know the rent is high. You're not really going to make a lot of money in the Bay Area. Film as well as the music industry, which I think are really parallel. My thing is, don't waste your time trying to get a record deal. Become the record deal. And that way, when you look like you're a big pro and you made it, people go, oh, they must have made it. So they used to call it faking it till you're making it.
Yeah.
My thing is, don't wait for Hollywood. Let Hollywood come to you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a pro activist, and there's a lot of great stuff in Hollywood. There's a big difference between the Bay Area and the LA scene.
Yeah, let's jump into that, because on the pre-show, that was something you want to dive into, because you do travel to LA a lot.
Yes. With my other job, what I do,
Is this a serious job?
Yeah.
It's an aspirin engraver job? Or?
No. I did. I got fired. From that. I actually manufacture cotton candy for Trader Joe's.
It's no bullshit?
It's all bullshit, I think.
I don't think I could date you.
No, I was going to say, because why the fuck didn't you bring us some?
Well, like I said, no one must know I'm here because I called in sick. So, what was I talking about?
Trader Joe's content.
Going to LA, going for business.
Oh, yeah. I had this
For your other job.
strange Duchovnian thing. Growing up from the Bay Area, whether you're in film, whether you're in the record industry, there's a whole bunch of talent out here. But I'm not speaking for everybody, but us as a scene seems a little snooty and a little snobby. There's not a lot of business handshaking or business deals going up here. You go to LA, which I did, man, crackheads, winos, they got business cards. They do.
Is that true, Lena?
It's open.
They do business. Yeah, they do business. It's so much business going on. You see
Right.
the hustle.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get that up here.
I agree.
And a lot of people, sometimes I shun down Hollywood. But if you want to be in the entertainment industry, that's where you're supposed to go.
Absolutely.
But see, it was funny. A lot of people who make it in Hollywood move up here.
Yep.
Because it's less saturated. Not everybody's doing the latest dance to a silly peanut butter commercial. But the big question is, how do you make the best of both worlds? My thing is, well, you do business from here, go down to LA when you're needed, and offer something new.
There you go.
and that's what we're trying to do.
That's awesome. Cool. All right.
Great insight.
We got questions from the co-host and spiritualist Homer. I know you're going to have something, but we're going to work our way around, starting with the back end of the studio. Joe time.
Man, first off, man, that's awesome. Very good. You know, I like the insight on being able to, not necessarily saying fake it till you make it. I like to think of it as telling the truth in advance, as the other coined it as. And also just, you know, really just seeing exactly how you guys put it together and, you know, created this collective, which I've been interested since Matt brought it up when he first was on the show.
There you go.
And I definitely, you know, keeps coming back.
Matt's going to like it. He's in the chat room. He's like, I love Joe time.
But no. It just seems like everybody that's from that collective seems very, has this pioneeric, you know, just this innovative spirit about them.
In other words, we're broke.
Yeah. Well, that's where it comes
rise.
from. I mean, that's
On
where
the
most of it
rise.
comes from. If you're privileged in that sense, you're not going to have the imagination. You're not going to have the drive. You're not going to have the burning desire to have what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause you're already-
Let's say you meet a perfect woman.
Yeah.
First night, she says, "Hey, I think I want to have anal sex." And you go, you know, I wanted to work my way.
Yeah, I got you.
So, you know, 3 months down the line, it's not so
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
I hope the kids had their
The
ears
challenge.
covered.
The challenge.
Oh, he's
the
making
timing.
a good point there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, things like that happen.
So save some for later.
Yeah, I mean, you know how the
Was
game
that Sasha Grey? Is that what that was happening? I'm just kidding.
Well, no. She
I'm kidding.
took a little bit of work.
Took a little-
Yeah.
I was just kidding. Nah, but yeah. My question is, when you do go out to LA and you do see all these things, do you feel like you stand out more when you're out there, or do you feel like you stand out more when you're out here, or do you just stand out more? Because I know you feel it. Like you could tell. Like, because I do stand up comedy. When I go to LA, it's different than when I do stand up comedy out in San Francisco. There's a lot of comics coming from LA to come out to San Francisco because we get more stage time. But a lot of the comics that come from the Bay Area, we're all more polished and more. We have more stage time. So when that happens, we go out there. We're only getting like 2 minutes, and half of them just end up coming back here because there's more stage time.
Yeah.
So it's so saturated. It's a music and thing.
Yeah,
but
you
you
do.
can tell the difference between the people from the Bay Area that are around certain people that are innovative and creating their own styles. But when you go to LA, everybody's trying to emulate the last person that went on stage and saying, I could do that better than that guy.
Yeah.
I could be him better than he could be him.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, every time I go to LA, I meet somebody at a Starbucks going, yeah, I'm working on a script with Paul Swayze. And I went, that sounds familiar. Never heard of him. And he goes, yeah, I just came back from a DreamWorks party and they're dropping names like this. And you go, so how far is your movie? Well, I'm just working on it. You know, and it's weird because it's so saturated. Even cosplayers fight each other on Hollywood Boulevard in front of Main Street.
I saw that.
Like, literally,
I
right?
saw that on
Yeah, I love the Chewbacca guy. You know, they said, what did you think? And he did the Chewbacca voice. He stayed in character, real cool. But you go up back over here, and even some of my colleagues, my film colleagues, God bless their souls, I said, hey, why don't you make a film? He goes, no, I went to film school. And I went, well, make a film. I said, no, I don't have to do that.
That's someone to pay me to do.
Yeah, and it's that snootiness that really made me come up with this, check your ego in at the door. We're artists, and we have to look out for each other because we're all broke. I mean, there's an old saying, you never see musicians on the dance floor. We need to change that. Because if we're making the music, we should learn how to dance.
Enjoy it, yeah.
But musicians are always standing in the back, checking it out, you know. We need to change that whole thing. Well, then again, there's no more musicians. But, you know, we're out to make changes and bring back the old, relive, reopen Broadway, bring back the Stone, Chi-Chi Club, Club Cocodrie. You know, there's so many
Crazy
gutted
Horse.
out. There's so many gutted out buildings turned into lofts. You know, we need to bring a thriving artisan back. And I'm sure people would appreciate that.
Do you feel like bringing the business that Hollywood has to offer, you feel like bringing that up this way? Is that your whole sense? It's like really just kind of combining the two from the talent side of the thing and then the actual business side as well, and kind of just combining it up here.
In a perfect world, yeah. But the little secret is that Hollywood's always coming up to the Bay Area to snatch people down, even for studio sessions. But we really have to build. I think this is where the grassroots.
So with your peripheral visionary as a disciple, where do you see, like, and you say in the perfect world, but how, like, what do you see? Do you see like more films, independent films, growing higher than any mainstream films?
Well, it's already been that way.
Okay.
There's the days of Dick Clark. I'm talking about the music industry because
Americans,
they're gone.
Bandstand.
People, what you do, in Guitar Center. Before there was these big 2-inch real studios. Now Guitar Center has made it where people can make albums in their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So people aren't
quality
really
albums.
Yeah, people aren't really making music in the big studios anymore. So that's up the game on the business. Now they go, well, we'll just give you a distribution deal. So you have to work. Now people are becoming their own distributors. Now with the web, being able to see stuff for free, they don't know how to tax it. That's why they can't legalize prostitution, because it can't be taxed. Yeah, but hey, Amsterdam does.
Yeah, I've never seen a hoe tax.
But I tell you, we'd be out of the deficit.
Lena.
It's not a suggestion, folks. And
Why
I'm
not?
sure I don't represent the views of everybody who's watching this.
So, my question for you, Mr. Desciple, is, so you dabble in a lot of different areas, right? You wear many different hats.
I like your shirt. It says jackin'.
Jackin' for beats. Shout out
Oh,
to
there's
my
a
boo
second
stage.
word. I'm sorry.
You had me at jacking.
Jacking for what?
That's it.
I already
Who
know
cares?
what you. It'd be jacking for lesbians. Boom. Right? That'd be a great T-shirt idea, or no?
Change 4 to 2.
Change 4.
So, go your question.
All right. My question to you is, with all the different hats that you wear. You still going there?
I just got it. I'm slow.
Do you have a favorite position to play? No pun intended. And then my follow-up question to that is, how far along in the journey do you see yourself to, like, your dream position?
All
Your
right.
dream role, yeah.
I'll try to bring it down. I'll try to break it down without the star people getting angry at me for saying this.
They are. No, just kidding.
That's why I'm being very cautious with my words. First of all, I really don't like what I do. A lot of people think, you must love what you do.
Counting toilet paper does suck.
Filmmaking, to me, is like a urine infection. It starts to happen,
Great.
and you got to make it, and then last time you made a film it hurted, so you're standing right at the edge and you go, oh no, and then all of a sudden the pain's gone, and you start.
So it's flowing.
So yeah, and everything's coming in, and you go, I can finally enjoy the piss. And that's what filmmaking's like to me.
There it is.
Yeah, I like the end product, but making it is really disturbing.
That's fun.
You had another question. What was it?
My follow-up question was, where do you see yourself, like, if you were to gauge it from, like, 0 being nowhere near complete, right? Like, at the very beginning, and 100% being, like, at the complete end of your journey. Like, what is your ideal role, and where do you see yourself on that scale as far as, how far you have left to go? Because you said you don't really love filmmaking. But my question to you is, like, you wear so many different hats, right? And in your talk with Joe, you mentioned the record industry and the music industry more so than the film industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me like that's maybe more like where your passion,
Well,
where your happy passion lies. I don't know.
The journey, I usually like to go on more of an organic approach.
Okay.
a lot of people make short range goals and they get there. When you're carrying so many hats, you get pulled from different sides.
That's
You
true.
know, my role model is Air Jamaica. I don't know if you guys remember in Living Color where the captain was also serving beverages and they had a load of laundry.
He did that over at Hero Fest. He
Yeah.
did that role.
Yeah.
I was a wine server as well as a projectionist and all that stuff. You can't do it all, but I do it anyway.
Okay.
And it's not to impress people. It's actually to take care of my artists. I want to make sure they have a good environment to show, to represent something. Because I got shunned so many times, bad sound system and all that stuff. I made it a promise to myself I'm going to take care of the people who I'm representing. So my goal, for first and foremost, of all the things I do, my goal is to be a good dad.
There you go.
Good dad. I love it.
I hope I made up for that.
Let me say, you really remind me of David Cho. Are you familiar with who he is?
Does he have a sister?
I don't know.
Margaret.
Honestly, I don't know.
I just
I
got
don't
it.
know David Joe.
Oh, Margaret.
No, he's. We'll
Is
talk. He's an artist. He did the early artwork for Facebook and got stock options, and he has this really bizarre art podcast comedy, anything goes kind of show. But anyways, if you could call out anybody, either from your collective or somebody that you want to join your collective that you really want to collaborate with and create something with, who would it be?
Is this living or dead?
Could be living or dead, doesn't matter.
I would love to work with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Because everything that I do, for some reason, goes back to it.
Using No Way as way.
What was that?
Using No Way as way.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he was a brilliant philosopher.
Yeah.
I call it stand-up philosophy, but the thing is that anybody could be a role model. That's what people don't understand. You can get your inspiration from anywhere, and just not one person. So I know I'm giving a very vague answer, but I take a lot from everything, and I let it filter and see what I could use. So it's sort of the smorgasbord philosophy, if you will. But yeah, I would love to work with a lot of people, given the chance. I would love to see Al Pacino and Ed Harris getting into an argument and film it and just don't even call cut. But yeah, there's a lot of things I'd love to do working with people.
Interesting. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to narrow it down to, how do you get extras for your filmmaking? I mean, granted that you might need people last minute, and if you don't get them, what do you do?
Whoever shows up is either in front or in back of the camera. And who doesn't show up, I usually end up playing one of the characters. You have to make do. The best way I could put it down, you remember when you guys were in elementary school? Of course, we were probably typing in pencil in my day. 10 minutes with it, you had 10 minutes to go to recess. You would build worlds. You get a couple of your friends, you had 10 minutes. And you create stories and universes and worlds. I want to get back to that. Nobody said you really have to grow up. I mean, you have to pay your credit cards and all that stuff. But my thing, I like to look at it as a Carlos Castaneda's point of view. He's the guy who did a lot of experimental drugs and tried to get back into that mentality and to those parts of the brain without even taking them. I'd love to have access to that. And one way to do it is to free yourself from your personal bondages and just create with that recess mentality. A great man, philosopher once said, free your mind and the ass will follow. and that's
Isn't
George
that
Clinton.
an En Vogue song?
Was that Morpheus?
No. Free
The man
your
right there.
Oh, okay.
On that album.
Yeah, the Black Cindy Lauper.
George Clinton. George Clinton.
Yeah.
We met him at NAMM. Like, personally, I took a picture with him.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
freestyling on the keyboard, and he comes and starts looking. Hey, this guy's playing. Okay.
Yeah. He was awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool. Homer.
Yeah. So I get a sense you are a very creative person. How often does your creativity come to you, and in what forms? Like, do you get it in a dream? Do you get it in a dream, or just out of the blue during the day?
In the shower.
Yeah.
I'm actually creating right now. I mean, I don't. I'm not trying to be on a pedestal. A long time ago, people would make songs by just sitting in front of a drum machine and do the drums first. Then they do the bass line.
Mhm.
Then they come up with the hook. Prince Rogers Nelson broke a lot of ground by not putting a bass line on When Doves Cry. A lot of people didn't know that. You know, you have to look at it from different areas. And I have no idea what you just asked me.
Well, let me just say, I can.
I didn't even think you knew what my question was, but I just let you go. But go ahead.
Oh.
That was awesome.
And that's how you become a born-again virgin. One thing you don't say is right after you finish, like, what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
No, but I can identify with you because it's like you talk about creativity and just freeing your mind and allowing yourself, or free whatever.
Your ass.
But actually letting go and just really tapping into those other worlds that do exist.
Yeah.
You're tapping into something.
One important thing, and I address this to all the men in the audience because I talk about women so much.
That means you, Bo.
The ultimate freedom of creativity to get a clairvoyance of the human experience is actually having a toilet in the middle of the wilderness.
Okay.
There's something about it. Women, they don't see it that way. At least they haven't told me. But there's something about having your surroundings. Having that sense of mind. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be anywhere and you start creating whatever it is that you do. Whether it's splicing jeans, or I had an idea the other day. I would love to manipulate the color codes, or the how would I put it? I would love to market in assorted colors of grass. Now you can buy a blue lawn, a green lawn. All you have to do is manipulate the photosynthesis in the molecular level. And you can actually sell it. I know a lot of people may be against that, the whole thing of modifying genetics. But, man, the goth community would love to buy black grass. or,
even like their favorite
but just the idea.
team colors.
And, yes, it is patent. But the whole idea of having that creativity, don't prison it because you're a musician. I'm not a musician. I just play music. Same with film. Wherever it is, let the creativeness take you wherever you need to go.
Totally agree.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Desciple, it's been a pleasure having you on the program. Let's have a big round of applause.
Grazie.
And due to time constraints, we're going to go ahead and roll into the shouts and plugs from everyone, starting with Mr. Time.
Man, just shout out to everybody that just tuned into the show. Shout out to Sam as always. Desciple, pleasure having you on here. Just really just sharing your insights, and just looking forward to seeing all the films that you produce, and the ones that you will be producing, and just anything else that follows that other than filming in general. Homer, always amazing to see you, my man. Pleasure to have you back. I'm glad that you had an experience that you were able to share with us, especially with the Red Sea and having that amazing tapped in, tuned in, turned on moment.
Turned up.
And just bringing it here. Lady Sage, welcome back as well.
Thank you.
Mrs. Spidey Sage. Mrs. Spidey Sage. Sydney, as always, and then Lena Rowe, thank you for being here. And Mike Ill Spot, Mike Ill, we miss you, bro. And Shani, we miss you as well. But, just shout out to everybody that's been following me. And Bo, right here, just sitting here in the studio. We're looking forward to see you on the show very
Get
soon.
the audience to clap.
Hey, where's the fake clap?
Yeah, right.
There it is.
That was like a slow clap. Just started off.
Sounds like the Tommy T's crowd.
But yeah, again, just everybody that's been following me, Joe_time on Instagram, Joe Time Comedy on Facebook, and yeah, if you want to come check me out, Hamachi, November 29th, I'll be there producing the next Showtime Presents, and then the weekend before Thanksgiving, I'll be over there Thursday through Sunday at Tommy T's. And again, shout out to Noah Alexander, love you, bro. Love you, bro. The little baby, love you, bro. Actually, another shout out to. I got you, man. Arnold. He was actually from Make It Happen. He was one of the filmers on at the wedding, and he wants to hook up with me and just do some stuff. So yeah, I think he tuned in today. So shout out to you, bro, and just everybody for tuning in to the Slam Show and keep tuning in every Monday, 8 o'clock.
Awesome. Before we get to your shout outs, Lena, Homer, the Red Sea. Did you take any?
I did.
You did. I knew it.
Yeah, I brought a few things that was blessed with the Nile water, the Red Sea water, and the Jesus water.
Okay. So you got all the waters for your own
Yes,
keepsake.
I was able to bring it into the country.
Okay.
Was it in a little vial?
Or did you get a jar or what?
No, well, when I collected it, it was in the regular water bottle, but then I transferred it into these small little things. So a lot of them I had to dump out because I just didn't have room.
Okay, so it wasn't a customs issue. You could have brought like a freaking gallon if you wanted to, right?
No, it has to be like a certain amount of
3 ounces or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did bring back some oil.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Lena Rowe.
Hey. Well, thanks again, everyone, for having me on the show as co-host. I'm really starting to enjoy doing this on a regular basis.
And we're starting to enjoy you.
More and more so. Thank you to all our guests. Desciple, Homer, great stories, lots of insight. Yeah, I feel like my creative juices are flowing a lot more. Spiritual energy's in a great place. No, seriously, because
Is it because she said juices?
yeah, I think he's messing with me because I accidentally elbowed him a couple of times, so he just keeps messing with me. I don't know. Lady Sage, great to have you back. Thanks for the tea. Cindy, always a pleasure. I love your new teardrop headphones. They are
too.
awesome. Bo.
Yeah.
Audience member. I don't think he gets enough credit, so let's give him some. 'Cause the first time I came, I was an audience member, right?
That's right.
Yes. Salute. Joe.
This could be you.
So Bo and Joe. Joe time.
Hello.
Or is it Joe Blow? Oh, wait, no.
Very, very cool. Who do I want to shout out? Family, friends, everybody watching, listening. Where you can find me. All over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. It's always I am Lena Rowe, which is IAMLENARO. Shout out to Janae Nicole. We have a performance showcase at the end of the month. She's doing a GRIP charity event, which stands for Greater Richmond Interfaith Project, I think, something like that. And that's November 22nd, starts at 6 p.m. It's at Cafe Yesterday, which is 1122 University Avenue in Berkeley. So please come. It's like a $10 donation. There's going to be lots of photography. I'm doing a live performance, as well as some other amazing artists. So hope you guys come and check it out. It's for a great cause.
Cool.
All right. Let's see.
We'll
Thank
check
you,
that out.
guests. Thank you, crew. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Jeremiah, for these headphones by Monster Products. And thank you to Jay at Corolla Beverages for... Oh, he's not... His camera's not on me.
Here we go.
There it is, there it
Bam!
is. For providing us with this lovely mangria.
That's right.
Mangria.
Which
It's our
is
newest
a
sponsor.
ready-to-drink wine cocktail, 21% alcohol.
Whoa.
So indulge responsibly, please.
She said
But
cock.
do try some. I
She
did.
said indulge.
And tail.
He's got it.
Her spidey senses
You
are
guys
off.
are all nasty. Seriously.
What are you gonna do?
Well, shout out to our special guest, Desciple. It's an honor for you to be here in the studio. Too bad you can't bring Groot, Iron Maiden, Batman. Who else?
But he made up for it with a fart gun.
Well, yes, but you have to see his whole setup at the cons. And, damn, I want to be part of the collective. Whatever I could do to be a part of it. Your cosplay model, something like that, right?
Sure.
There it is. I just made my own position at the collective. So awesome.
There you go.
Nice. And Homer, I'm glad you're back in one piece. And
Thank you.
honestly, Sam almost forgot to pick you up at BART. He was like, "Oh shit, I gotta pick up Homer," and I'm like, "Get to it."
Well, I wasn't sure because I've seen like taxis, and I thought I was gonna be late. I mean, I wasn't sure either until I was getting closer
Yeah,
to.
I was like butt naked, getting ready to take a
Oh,
shower, and all of a
sure.
sudden you called. I'm like, holy crap! All right, Homer needs a ride. Get that visual, Joe.
Yes.
Get it?
It looks like Desciple got the visual. He was trying to lesbians.
They keep me focused.
And of course, to our co-hosts over here on this side of the room, Cindy, the lovely Lena Rowe, Joe Time, and our studio audience. Big clap for Mr. Bo Campbell.
The most applause out
You
of
get the big
everybody.
clap.
And since everyone is revealing their Instagram, follow me at LadySage97. I will have new work soon. So yes, follow me.
Follow along.
Cool.
Oh, next.
Homer.
Okay, thank you to the online audience and our studio audience. Bo.
Clap here.
No need of a standing ovation. Thank you, Joe, Lena, Cindy, Sage, Desciple, Sam. And I want to say thank you to that woman that works in the San Francisco airport that hooked me up to business class for free. Because it made my trip coming home a lot better.
You probably manifested that, so.
Yeah, you're right. So that was one of my best airline trips I've ever taken.
Very
So
cool.
thank you, whoever you are.
Cool. Desciple, close it out.
Okay, I want to thank our studio audience
You get a sitting ovation.
and everyone here who's supported me. I am going into surgery in about 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
You're serious, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting the wrinkles taken out of my balls, so it'll be smooth. And
They got an iron for that, don't they?
I might become a deacon. I'm thinking, but I think women in general like smooth, not wrinkles. So I'm gonna try it out.
Did you hear what Homer says at ball talks?
Ball talks.
But really,
Some Botox.
I'm gonna.
I'd like to do a quick shout out to my son, who I love very much, and he's my number one. To my ex-wife and her girlfriend, and my lawyer, divorce lawyer, who she ran off with.
Is this true?
To make this happen. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in, you at home. Big shout out to Matt and Team Vampiriah, the people at the collective. And Hero Fest is coming 2015. We want to see some great action films. You can visit us at toyproductions.com or all death threats can go to Facebook at Desciple.
Now, do we have a date for Hero Fest?
It's going to be in April.
Okay.
The
Was
deadline.
it in April last time? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
We try to schedule it away from the giant games though, for traffic reasons.
Gotcha. Same location?
Actually, we're working on that right now.
Okay.
I think the Slam Show should make a short film video so we could enter at the Hero Fest. I'm putting that on you, Slam.
I sense the pressure onto doing that since you voiced it out, Sage. Okay. We're going to make it happen.
Great.
So everyone in this room, we're all going to be in some sort of video.
You know what it is? It's just going to be the submission of this episode to the Hero Fest Film Festival.
We'll cut it up. A little bit of,
From the director of Add Mama to the Train.
Actually, there's a hidden camera that's aiming at Bo right now the entire program. So every mannerism and facial expression, we're going to show that.
We'll call it the Bo Show.
It will be a very avant-garde,
The Bo Show.
abstract film.
Oh, my goodness. All right, I'll go ahead and close out the program. I'd like to thank my entire crew, Sage, Cindy, Lena Rowe, Joe Time.
Hello.
Our special guest in the house, Desciple. It's been a pleasure. You look comfortable. I love the jacket. I love everything that you believe in, and we wish you the very best moving forward.
Thank you.
Homer Costello, lifelong friend ever since kindergarten. As always, you're the best.
You too.
And our audience, once again, he gets a round of applause, Bo Campbell. And they will hear him on the mic on a future episode of The Slam Show to talk about his filming endeavors and all the craziness he gets into after watching a movie. He becomes this, I don't know, a film critic that he just puts it out right after. He just looks into the camera and just starts breaking down a selfie-ish documentary about what went on. It's awesome. We're going to talk about that when you get on the program. All right, I'd like to thank everyone that's in the chat room. We had so many people in the chat room, guys. It's just really active. Thank you for interacting with us, and everyone that's not in the chat room that's remaining anonymous. Keep tuning in. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on all social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, that does it for this episode of The Slam Show. For myself and everyone here, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.